So this is one of my other interests, and then RAF aircraft, believe it or not. You don't see many on the channel, but I do have a soft spot for the Hawker Hurricane. And this is a bit of a kit bash that I did back on the Flory model site a couple of years ago. I think they were doing like a weekend build, and I decided to do this one. And what I actually did here is merge the best bits from the Airfix Mark I Hurricane release, the new tool version that they did, and I had some stuff in the spares box, and I also had this kit from the Operation Torch Airfix Club release. I think this comes in the boxes along with a fairy swordfish, so that's where the decals come from. You've got the American markings there for Operation Torch, and it's in Fleet Air Arm colours as well. I don't know if it shows up too well. It's meant to be extra dark sea grey and I forget now, but the dark green colour, whatever that's meant to be, with sky underneath. And there's the sky colour there. Bit of a strange marking scheme, I must admit. Don't know if the colours blend that well. I don't know if my choice of colours is that good, but nevertheless, you know, this is what I went with. There is a picture of this aircraft. It actually crashed once it got over into North Africa on the opening days of Operation Torch, and it was quite an interesting experience. This is when I was relatively new to aircraft modelling, and I've got this is the, I don't know how to describe it. You've got the older versions of the 172nd Hurricane, and then I think Airfix did some retooling and new tools of different marks. This is a strange mark. I think it might be Mark 19 or 21 or something. I lose count with the Hurricanes because they sort of jump. And this is one of the in-between kits before Airfix sort of became what they are now. So the panel lines were very, very deep. And some of the stuff was a bit it wasn't the best, put it like that. So I used a rudder from the Mark I, which is much more detailed, a few other bits, the canopies from the Mark I, and the windscreens from this actual kit, because that fit better. No, actually, I think the whole canopy is from the Mark I, and I had to fill at the front here because there was quite a massive gap. It didn't quite fit. The propellers from the Mark I as well. Probably the wheels and most of the landing gear as well. The wing is the aluminium wing, or the metal wing that they used on the later Marks, and I think that's about it. I might have used the tail wheel, but because the panel lines were so deep, I filled them with perfect plastic putty, so that sort of just levelled them out a little bit. That was an interesting process to sort of learn that. I'm not sure if I'd do it again, but it worked for this. Changed out the landing lights as well. Sort of just tried to refine a few skills in this one, getting rid of the seam lines, rescribing and things like that. Just sort of learning as I go. The decals didn't go down that well. I could have got them into the panel lines. Again, I was still sort of learning, as I say. First time I used the uschi superfine rigging thread there for the aerial as well, which I thought gave it a little bit of finesse. And overall, a nice kit. Something a bit more unusual, so I don't know if you guys will have seen this one before, but this was a build I did a while ago, and it's nice to see the Hurricane in slightly different markings. Sort of, I don't know, it looks a bit strange with the stars on there, but it's in a good way. Again, can't really sort of recommend this kit because I can't remember which one it was. It's like I said, I merged a few together, but it's a very interesting build and a little bit different.